Alright, Fishaholics, welcome back to another surf video. We're going to try and catch some stripers this morning. It's about 5:30, 6 a.m. and look at these beautiful surf casting conditions we got. It is dead still, really calm out, foggy, overcast, and the only thing is the tide is really low. We're like a day or two off the June full moon. So hopefully this tide swings around and starts coming in, bringing in some fish, but who knows? There might already be some fish here, so let's start plugging away and find out. All right, we're gonna start out with just this new Dr. Fish popper I got on Amazon. Thought it looked good, wanted to try it out. Water is ultra clear right now, but it's early in the morning and we're fishing top water. Whew, this thing pops really nice. Might be able to get a few top water strikes. A lot more sand eels moved in, so I don't know if this top water plug will work. You know, when they're keyed on little sand eels, sometimes it's a challenge to get them to hit anything else. Oh, boom. First fish of the morning is a little tiny blue, really tiny one. All right, well, we got the skunk out of the way, sort of. Now let's see if we can get a striper. The thing with this spot, especially when the water's low, if we do catch any stripers here, they're probably going to be kind of small, but it would be a good way just to break the ice. Our next spot will probably have some more quality, or at least just some more fish, but also like the tide isn't even moving right now, so I'm not in like a huge rush to get there. Definitely want a little bit of incoming tide at our next spot, so hopefully that starts up pretty soon. Usually you know when it starts coming in because you look on these rocks here and you can see the current pushing this way. Oh, just got swirled on. There he is. Boom. A little striper. That was cool to see. Swirled under it like a couple times till he finally just crushed it. Maybe there was more than one fish. All right, well, it's a good way to start it off. All right, well, there's a nice little fella on the Dr. Fish popper. First striper on this new popper. Nice healthy one. Well, that one got me a bit wet on the release. All right, let's switch it up for a few casts. Let's try this little 007 J&H diamond jig with a green tube. That's what they're feeding on in here, sand eels, so this will imitate that a little bit. We'll be able to cast it really far and see if we can get a couple more before we head to our second spot. Oh, just got swirled on. Look at this little bit of bait jumping right in front of me. Oh, there's a striper cruising. It's a decent one. There's one right there. Wow, really small little diaper striper. The one we saw cruising right in front of us was a little bit bigger than that, probably about the same size as the first one we caught on top. Boom. That one crushed it. That was pretty sweet to see. All right, well, they're liking the diamond jig, of course, because that's imitating the sand eels that are here. And another tanker right here. But you know what? This is always a good spot to stop at and start. So we can just break the ice and catch a couple. I think now it's about time to head to our second spot where we'll maybe find some better quality and maybe some more fish. All right, this looks good. Hopefully this will be the spot. We're gonna take the diamond jig off. Let's try this JBR resurrected popper. And there's a long story behind this. I'll explain it a little bit later if we end up catching some fish on it. You know what, this popper is a bit heavy for these conditions, it sinks. So we're gonna take it off already. Only took 2 casts with it. All right, let's try this bunker colored Tsunami Talking Papa. All right, well, we got like a little trickle of flood right now, and we're getting weeded up on every cast. Took about 10 casts so far. All right, well, it's been a while. It's a little after 7 now. I don't think it's gonna happen here at this spot today. All right, well, let's head back to the truck, and I guess we'll stop at that first spot where we caught a couple, see if we can get 1 or 2 more real quick. Then we're probably gonna head to a completely different area and see if we can make something happen this morning. And it's unfortunate because the tide is taking forever to get going here, and it probably would have been pretty good this morning if we had some current. But you know, that's fishing, and being like a day or 2 off the full moon, this water is really, really low and taking forever to turn around and really get some good current flow. So we're gonna have to do something creative here today, but that's the fun of it, I guess, you know? Okay, it looks a little better here now. The tide's a little higher, a little bit of more current than our second spot, at least. Oh yeah, a lot more current. We'll probably catch 1 or 2 more fish here. Boom, right there. Oh, well, he popped himself off. Oh, just got swirled behind. Still swirled behind. Come on, eat it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Right there. Look at him, he's right there. Come on. Right there. That was cool. All right, well, I think that's about it. I'm pretty content to head on out here, go to another area. All right, so we moved a little bit further east. Someone left the fleece blanket, nice. And let's give it a shot here, see if we can find some stripers. All right, let's see if anybody's home. Also, if you don't recognize this reel that I'm using, this is actually the first time I'm taking out the new 5000 Tsunami Evict. You may have seen me fish with the 2000, and so far I'm liking the Evicts. Really smooth drag, really smooth on the retrieve, and I paired the 5000 up with the 9-foot St. Croix Triumph, making for a perfect, like, lighter, moderate surf combo. All right, well, we gave it a solid like 45 minutes to an hour here. Not a single tap. So we're gonna head to one more spot and see maybe if we can just find some bluefish. All right, so we made a move onto the south side. I think this might be a good option to try and see if we can catch a few more stripers. Probably, you know, schoolies to small keepers are what we're looking at. And also it'll be a great way to test out the 5000 Evict in like some real surf conditions. Wow, it is so foggy. I can like barely see where my diamond jig is landing. Come on, fish. All right, we took about 15 casts with the diamond jig, not a single tap, which I'm kind of surprised because, you know, the main bait right now is sand eels, or the bulk of the main bait. All right, but a lot of squid have moved in recently, so let's try a little bucktail. There's a fish, right behind that rock right there. Small guy, it's kind of what I was expecting. If we're lucky, we'll get a small keeper or something. right, you know what? I'm gonna try and get out just a little bit further. All right, this is the spot right here. All right, I gotta try the diamond jig again. I think I see some sand eels out in front of us. Oh, just got a bump. There's a fish. All right, not really any better, but we're catching them. And you know, I saw like a little, pack of sand eels like right here in front of me, but I caught that fish like way out there. So I'm sure that there is bait just like moving in and out of here all along. So basically how I'm fishing this diamond jig is I'm just launching it out there as far as I can, usually casting behind a swell. And right now I'm kind of letting it sink down a little bit, or I'm just fishing it slower. And then I'm starting the regular retrieve. And you got to find like that perfect in-between speed to fish the diamond jig. You don't want to fish it too fast, and you don't want to fish it too slow. If you're dragging the bottom, then you got to pick up the pace a little bit. And this striper crushed it before I could finish my retrieve talk, but usually like every like 5 to 6 turns of the reel, then I'll give it like a little jig just to cause that diamond jig to flutter. It's unfortunate, they're all little guys. All right, well, my GoPro battery died, so we had to come back and put in a new one. And we're gonna actually head back out to that same rock, keep grinding it out, hopefully get lucky and just get one slightly bigger fish. Right there. See, with the tide getting higher, these fish are pushing in a little closer now. All right, I'm about ready to bounce. Pretty tough bite, but we'll throw the bucky around for a little bit longer. Feels like a better fish. Not really, but he hit hard. All right, Fishaholics, I think that's about it. So unfortunate though, because it's beautiful, perfect conditions. And we're not really coming up with what we want. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We fished hard today in, what I like to call like perfect striper conditions. And you know what? We caught stripers, but they're just lacking in size right now. Like the last week or so, I've been catching a ton of fish, guiding or just surf fishing by myself without the camera. But they've all been about what we caught today, the same size. And I guess only time will tell as we get closer to July that maybe some more bigger fish will start pushing in, some more bait will hopefully move in, and then maybe we'll really be able to put the 5,000 Evict to the test. But today was a good trial day, and this reel is extremely smooth, has a really nice drag, and hopefully we can test that drag out a little bit better as we get further into the season and maybe catch some bigger fish from the surf on it. And we didn't dunk it at all, it just got splashed by the waves here, and it's still just as smooth as when we started, which is nice. And throughout the season, I'll probably just rinse it off with fresh water, and if it ever gets stiff, maybe just lube it up with some WD-40 and see how it holds up. I'll put all my tackle and equipment down below like usual. If you guys could also help support the channel by picking up some Fishaholic merch, I'll link that down below as well. And if you pick something up, that would be absolutely amazing. And that's about it. So until next time, I'll see you guys out here, or I'll see you in the next video. But like always, never forget, live to fish, fish to live.